Blazers here that played in Oklahoma. They were a CHL team. And I went to one of their games and saw one of their games and was like, oh hey, I want to start playing. So then my parents put me in and then I just went up from there. I played with the boys till probably the start of high school. But I got more injured in girls than I never got injured in boys. The injuries I got were from blocking shots, so it wasn't really the hitting aspect. It still doesn't feel real, really. It's just that last minute, it was a 5-1 win, so we were just watching the clock buzzer ring and we all just jumped off the bench, big dog pile. But people ask me how it feels and my answer every time is it still doesn't feel real. It's always up for grabs. We're determined, we have to come out working just as hard. I was majoring in criminal justice, but I switched it to fitness and wellness because I want to be NYPD, but I don't need criminal justice to be NYPD. So I like fitness and wellness. So if anything, after college, I would go to Europe and play. Australia would be cool, but it's hard. You just gotta work every day, work hard. You gotta go to a lot of camps, get better. You gotta want to get better. And then when you're in high school, just start looking at colleges, talking to everyone, and see who all reaches out to you.
Started swimming when I was 10 years old. My older brother competed at Sooner Swim Club, and I, kind of looked up to him, and so I started doing it when I was in 5th grade. And I just kind of kept going with it then. I did that and baseball for a while, and then eventually I just dropped baseball and became a full-time swimmer.
Come on, Jesse, go! Go! Come on, Jesse! Come on! Come on, Jesse! Come on, Jesse!
When I got into high school, he was a junior on the team, and he was like one of the leaders on the team, one of the faster guys. And just having him always and he also worked the hardest. He was by far the hardest worker on the whole team. And just having him to look up to and aspire to really led me to a lot of improvement once I got into high school. And he taught me how to lift weights and get stronger, and just kept me going through a lot of really tough workouts. Well, I knew I wanted to do international studies type stuff, and so I looked at the top schools for that, and I saw that Georgetown was one of the best. And then I just did a bunch of research into what schools I was interested in, and I applied to a bunch, but Georgetown was always my dream school. And I got in early action December of my senior year, and I didn't really look back after that. It was pretty much made up. I attended Norman First American United Methodist Church. It's kind of a conglomeration of a bunch of different tribes of people in the OKC metro area. Our pastor is, I think, Muskogee, and the pastor before that was Seminole. We have a lot of ceremonies. We have cedarings, and we have a sweat lodge in the back, and every once in a while we host a Native American church meeting. There's always hymns sung in Native languages, and some of the elders do their prayers. When they stand up and do their prayers, they do that in their Native languages. So a lot of Kiowa, a lot of Choctaw too. There's very few Native students at Georgetown. I'm a member of the Native American Student Council there, but there's only a handful of us of the whole student population. And so, yeah, I get really homesick sometimes. For a lot of the people that I've met at Georgetown, I'm the first Native that they've ever met. There aren't as many of us on the East Coast, and a lot of Georgetown students are from the East Coast.
What kind of reaction do you get?
Sometimes just shock and surprise, a little admiration, just because there are people that realize that the tough lot that most Native Americans have gone through. A lot of what I like to learn about is the indigenous communities of South America and Latin America in general. And so I really just want to help developing communities, and a lot of those are indigenous communities. And I don't know, my cultural background I look out for those who can't really look out for themselves. Has been something that was taught to me through my family, and I think that I try to embody that in what I study. My grandfather, after World War II and college, moved to Shiprock, New Mexico to work on a Navajo reservation in the school system there to try and give the Native students there a better chance. And I think that that is something I really admire, and I think that my grandfather has had a lot to do with what I want to do with my life. There aren't that many Native American role models, I guess, and I think that if I can, at least in my own community, be somewhat of a role model and inspire at least, like the kids in my church even, just to reach for new heights and be the best version of themselves, I think that's something that is really special to me. Just keep striving. Don't let any adversity get you down. I definitely had my setbacks when I was growing up, and I just powered through with like the help of my family and my community. And like if you rely on those that are always around to help you, then you can get through anything, I think.